What is a simple and a very effective way to not allow your sports drink to become diluted? Let's take a look. As many of you know, I own my sports drink company called Energy Fuel, and this product is designed around intensity and duration. How do I make sure that you don't dilute the effectiveness of the formulation that we've put together? Well, let's stop and think about what does the concentration rate mean first and foremost. When we ask you to mix 2 scoops to 20 ounces of water, the science that's behind it is osmolality, your ability to absorb the carbohydrate molecules in the electrolytes. If the concentration of carbohydrates are too high, that absorption rate is going to be negatively impacted. If the concentration rate is too low, the absorption rate is going to be negatively impacted. So the margin of error is very, very tight. That's why we need you to be very, very accurate when you're measuring your energy fuel, putting that powder in. Now, what you're going to notice when you mix the energy fuel is that it dissolves extremely quickly. And the reason why we do it that way is to make sure that the carbohydrate mixture from the top of the bottle to the bottom stays in that 6 to 8% carbohydrate ratio mix. It's not as complicated as it sounds. If you have an inferior product, you're going to notice that all of the sediments are going to go to the bottom. That's because the molecules are not, the ingredients are not designed in a way to dissolve efficiently. So please take and pay close attention. When you mix your energy fuel, you're going to notice that it dissolves very quickly. And that's to keep, every time you hit the water bottle, it's to make sure that you get the right concentration of carbohydrates, electrolytes, and water each time you put it in your mouth. Now let's take this a step further. Let's say that you're going to be doing an exercise. Let's say you're going to go for a bike ride, or you're going to go for a run, and you're going to use the energy flask where you mix your drink, put them in the flask, and you're running with them on your fuel belt. The idea here is you want the concentration rate to be the same from start to finish. So if you're going to go on a 2 or 3 hour bike ride and you're going to have those thermal water bottles, this is where the science comes in a little trick that we do. You want to make sure that you use ice cubes inside your water bottle. But you say, hey, but Rob, you said that if we screw up that water concentration rate, that's going to literally dilute the carbohydrate mixture. You're exactly correct. So what I want you to do is mix up a bottle of energy fuel. I want you to get the old-fashioned ice trays, and I want you to mix the water bottle up with your energy fuel, fill up the ice trays, and freeze them. And now when you go out, you take your thermal bottle. Obviously, we're trying to keep the bottle as cold as possible because cold fluids absorb much more efficiently than warm fluids. Well, now you take and you throw those ice cubes in. Well, now you've increased the longevity of the fluids being cold. But because the ice is made out of energy fuel, as it melts, it doesn't dilute the concentration rate of carbohydrates. It doesn't dilute the electrolytes. What does that do? Electrolytes, carbohydrates, and water allow you to be able to regulate heat. It's what we call thermal regulation. As you absorb the fluid, your body absorbs water in the presence of electrolytes. This is why you urinate more when you drink energy fuel. That's an indication that it's doing its job. So now stop and think about this. You're out training and or racing. You want the concentration of water, sugar, and electrolytes to be maintained so that the muscles can contract to their fullest potential for as long as possible. That's where we get top-end speed and sustainable speed. Now, who would have thought that having energy fuel ice cubes, making the water bottle colder, is going to improve the absorption? It's going to keep the electrolytes, the carbohydrates, and the water at an optimal level, which is going to improve speed and endurance. The idea here is the science in the energy fuel is well documented. You guys can look at it online. How do we get the most out of it? Create some energy fuel ice cubes. We've been doing it for literally over 10 years now and have had tremendous results with it, so I hope you'll give it a shot. I want to thank you for continuing to send in questions. Every day we get more and more, and I'm forever thankful for that. If you happen to have one, please feel free to send it to me and my team. contact@coachrob.com. If you're new to the channel, we put up a new video every day here on YouTube. So please like and subscribe. Thank you for your time today, and we certainly look forward to seeing you tomorrow.